love your home, but you're constantly picking up, rearranging, or avoiding the rooms that you absolutely cannot stand. Does that sound familiar? This video is for you, for the moms who want a peaceful, functional home, but feel completely stuck. Video, I'm going to give you a simple 4-step process that's going to help you get unstuck permanently. But first, let's talk a little bit about why you feel stuck to begin with. I think that a big problem is just overwhelm, right? We have tons of decisions that we're making, especially if you're a mom, you're working, you're wearing multiple hats throughout your day. Pinterest and Instagram, while it's really fun to look at everybody's beautiful home, and of course I'm guilty of showing the homes as a designer that I work on too, but it can create inspiration overload, decision fatigue, comparison, analysis paralysis. These are the images that we're constantly bombarding ourselves with, that we feel like, my home doesn't look like that, I can never get to that point. I have kids, so it's never gonna stay that way. It might look that way for a moment, but what's the point in doing it if I can't keep it that way? And so I totally understand this. It's the pressure of making the choices of, if I spend money on this, is it gonna be worth it? Am I gonna hate it? There's just a ton of emotional clutter that starts to happen when you're spending money on something that feels like it's frivolous or materialistic. It just seems like, is it really worth spending the money on this? Let me tell you something. If you're already thinking about it, if it's a desire in your heart to have a more organized, well thought out, decorated home that feels good to you, that you want to show off, that you want to have your friends and family over to, that you are proud of, then it's worth it, right? Like, it doesn't have to be the Pinterest picture. You should have a home that you can relax in, that you enjoy looking at, that flows and functions well for you and your family. Okay, so are you ready for my easy 4-step process? I've made a little acronym out of it. It's not something that I've always had an acronym for, but it's something that I've been doing for years to help myself and help my clients think through their space and how they want it to function, how to not feel overwhelmed by their home, any particular space that they may be organizing or designing. This is definitely more of thinking through how you want to use the space and how you want to work in the space and how you want the space to work for you than it is an actual decorating and design thing. But if you feel overwhelmed in your home, if you feel completely out of sorts and you're just not happy with the way that your home is functioning, start here. Are you ready? Okay, it's 4 steps and it's called flow. F, function first. L, layer with intention. O, organize for real life. And W, what's your why? Let's start with F, function first. Start with how your family actually uses the space. What's working, what's frustrating. You literally want to make a list of pros and cons, loves and hates, whatever verbiage works for you and makes sense to you. I also have a home audit checklist that you can use for this. I will link that in the show notes as well. But you have to figure out how you want it to function. It will never be pretty to you if it doesn't function for you. Like, you might like certain elements of things that you put in and decorated with, but if your home is stressing you out because it's not functioning well, you're gonna look right past all the pretty stuff and all you're gonna still feel is that bit of overwhelm. So evaluate it. This is individual for every space, but I can tell you right now, for me, an area that I am struggling with because we're still in the process of fully remodeling our home is that we have a mudroom space, but our access to it right now is limited because we don't have the stairs on the exterior to get into the space from our garage. So we have a mudroom, but you have to walk through the front door to the back of the house to get to the mudroom, which was kind of against the flow of what a mudroom should really be doing. Right now, the space that's frustrating me is my entryway. The shoe drop zone, it's the coat drop zone, it's where all the packages get put. It has no flow, it's not working, and it is frustrating me. I write down, right? What is working? Well, it's a nice space. I like that you don't feel cramped when you walk in. I like that there's some architectural detail to it. I'm looking that way because it's right to my left. You can see our stone fireplace that's right there when you walk in. So it has a lot of potential, but the thing that's not working is that I have no place for the shoes to go. I don't really have a system for the shoes, and we don't have anywhere to place our packages or really like like a designated drop zone. Function first, F. Next step, layer. So now once we figure out the function and the things that we need to change, now we start layering with intention. So we're going to bring in the items that are gonna fix the function, but are also going to be decorative and add the design that we want. So think about what kind of color that you want, think about the feeling that you want, think about, again, the function that you want. So for me, in my entryway, I like that it's light and bright. I have white walls. I don't wanna change that. It is very much a part of my living space, so I want it to flow really well with the living space. I love that it shows off the fireplace and you can see our mantle when you walk in, so it has the character of the 1941 home that we purchased, but I want to add more character with maybe an antique furniture piece that I can also use as my drop zone, right? So where can I put these packages when they come in the door? Where can I have our keys dropping? Right now we have them kind of on the other side of the fireplace, but again, you're walking into the home before you have a place for your drop zone. So eventually this will be a guest only entry. Like eventually we'll be able to get in from our garage, which is on the back side of the house, get into our mudroom, and we can create our drop zone for a lot of things there, although our packages will always be dropped at our front door. But even for guests, when they come in, I want a place for them to sit down. I want a place for them to take off their shoes and put their shoes. I want it to be very clear, like you can leave your purse here, you can put your coat there. So I have a coat rack already, but I'm going to layer with a nice chair that they can sit in and take their shoes off. I'm gonna have a little boot tray so it's very clear. This is where your shoes go. Sometimes it depends on how big of a party or how many people we have over, but for the most part I like to operate as a no shoes home. So I want it to be clear that this is where your shoes can go. I would love to have a little piece of antique furniture that keeps the feeling of the older home, adds in the layer of character that I love, but also allows them to put their purse there, put their car keys there. Maybe it's something that opens up so I can stick packages in it in the meantime before I can get to opening and taking care of the packages. So think about that when you are layering your design and using the design as a part of the function of your home to help not only feel beautiful, have your home feel beautiful and look beautiful, but also give you that function and that flow that you need. So going right along with that, step 3 is O, or organize. Organize for your life, declutter, create systems, but make sure that it works for you in the stage of life you're in. We are not asking you to act like you have no little kids in your house. If you're in the baby toddler stage, you're going to have baby and toddler toys. They're probably gonna be in your main living space because most moms like to be able to have eyes on their kids while they're cooking dinner or doing the things around their house that they need to do. That's okay, but use that as, okay, this is my need, so we're going back to our function, right? We're going back to the layering of our decor, of what we're bringing in to help solve the function needs, but also add the design. So when you're organizing, use those things to stay organized. Have a home for things. We only have 2 children, but we do have 2 children, so I understand what it's like to go through that process of baby toys and baby things. One of my favorite things was having benches with storage in it so that we could throw everything into the storage bench or into like our media cabinet used to have, you know, closed shelving in it, so I would throw the things in there when we had people come over, and for the most part the stuff would be out of the way. I also had baskets that I love to use that were really pretty wicker baskets that were toy drops, and so it made it really easy to just throw things in there. I'm not trying to spend 2 hours cleaning up my living room before people come over. I want to have those systems in place so that I can quickly clean up, invite people in, and if your friends have kids, the toys can come back out and the mess can happen again, but at least that first moment when your friends walk in, you have a very inviting and organized space to introduce them to, and for you at the end of the day, for your own well-being. I like to talk about like that 10-minute reset that you do every night before you go to bed so that when you wake up, your home is ready to greet you, it's organized, it's clean, it feels good. Even having the physical clutter around your house, it's just more things you're thinking about, more decisions you're having to make, and the more of those things that you can eliminate out of your day, the less stress that you're gonna have, the better you're gonna feel, the more energy that you will have because you don't have mental energy going towards the clutter in your house. Find the ways to organize using decorative items that work for you, that function for you. Obviously, like soft benches and wicker baskets are great for kids because they're not going to hurt themselves on it. But if you're not in the kid phase, if you are either your kids are grown and out of the house, maybe you have grandbabies and will need that same situation, or maybe you're like us and you have a little bit older kids. So we have designated like our whole main living space to basically like adult space, like our kids eat in here and hang out and watch movies and stuff, but they have a basement play space that is their area to play, and we still have systems down there, and they have to, you know, clean up after themselves, and they're old enough now that they can do that. But they also know that this area isn't for their toys. We have designated places for things to go, even like in our kitchen, with cleaning and organizing the kitchen. They know the system, right? We created a system. We have a system that works for our family, and all of the furniture and decorative pieces, well, not all the decorative pieces, but some of the decorative pieces that we brought in help keep that system going and keeping our home organized. So our last one is W, and what's your why? And again, these things are all layered, right? So FLOW, this is the flow of your home. So while I'm breaking these down into 4 steps, really these all go together. They flow. It's why it's such a good acronym. But what is your why? Remind yourself why you want a peaceful home, have that vision, and then design around that. The design is second. It is the why of the organization and the flow that should really be the heartbeat of the decisions that you're making. And then you can find, I mean, it really helps even in deciding like, okay, what am I going to use to decorate? What am I going to purchase? If you know your function first and why you need to do this, it will eliminate a lot of choices. If there's a really beautiful coffee table, but it's glass and has hard edges, and you have 2-year-olds in your home, that's just not gonna work for the phase that we're in right now. And you can go and use, you know, that checklist, that home audit, this system on how to decide what am I gonna bring into my home. So I want it to be beautiful, but I also need it to work for my family. And once you do that and you get your home organized, you have pieces that make you happy, your day is gonna just start off a lot smoother. There's gonna be less stress in managing your household. I really truly believe that our homes should usher in, for me, the spirit of God. I believe in Jesus and God, and I just want people to feel the Lord's presence in my home. And I think whatever it is that you believe in, I think we all just want to have an inviting place for our friends and family to come to, and we want a peaceful place and an enjoyable place for them to come to. Keep reminding yourself on why you're doing this. Obviously, if you need to have a budget and be smart about spending, but at the same time, there are decorative, beautiful things that you can spend money on that will also accomplish your goals of function and flow and allowing your home to be a more peaceful and well-organized space. I just want to thank you for being here with me. Again, I have a home audit and some checklist resources that you can get in the show notes. I also have a free remodel guide if you're needing to go more into depth in a full remodel. Please reach out to me if you're looking for more one-on-one help. Subscribe so you can have more of these videos. I thank you so much, and I'm excited to see you on the next one.